Hello, it's me. I'm cheating today. I'm sitting on a bench. I don't think it's really cheating. Normally I'm sitting somewhere on the grass, but I'm sitting on a bench. So that video I showed you at the beginning, that is grass. It's grass seed. It's grass flowers. Let me start again. Nah, I'll leave this part of the video in, but I just finished at the gym, so I'm a little tired, which is why I'm sitting on a bench. And I know it's been a long time since I've made one of these videos. Sorry about that. So I thought I'd just kind of sit here and talk for a while. Yeah, I hope you're all well. So like I said, I was at the gym. I'm trying to find a comfortable place to sit. It's really funny. I should take a. I can't take a photo of this. But I should take a photo of or maybe I'll just describe it. So my bike is right here. I rode my bike to the gym and then rode it back, and I rode it here. And my tripod is kind of on my bike seat, and then the camera phone thing that I'm using is on there. So it's, I don't know, it's funny. You make things work, right? That's what you do. I feel really good. So I always feel really good after the gym. Of course, that's, people say, oh, it's just the endorphins or whatever. But, hi. He's cute. Sorry, someone was riding a scooter by. Coming back from a gym too, but the other gym. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah. No, there's something about using your body in a way that, we don't normally use. I'm not a manual worker, so I don't, lift heavy things or hold really big machines or anything. I garden, but my work is in front of a computer most of the time. So it's nice to do something really physical, to lift really heavy things, push really heavy things, pull them. My really proud moment is that I can push almost 170 kilo, which is 340 plus 34, 375 pounds with my legs 12 times, twice. So yeah. Anyway, it's great. I love it. It always leaves me afterwards a little high feeling, So high. Anyway, so that video footage that I took for you, I hope this wind is gentle and it's not disrupting the sound for you. It's just a wild field. It was mostly grass and some cornflower, or what is the centauri? It's I think in English we call them, or in America they call them bachelor buttons as well. But they're called cornflower, I think, in England, and also I think that's the bleuet in French. But they grow usually next to corn because they like corn, but also they grow next to wheat because corn is not native here, but it's been growing in Europe for I guess a couple of 100 years now. But yeah, there are poppies too. Coyote's eyes, or what do you call it? Buttercups. Lots of those. Cattails. I don't know if I can show you the cattails without making this phone fall, but they're right there. Yeah, maybe I'll try to show you when I'm done. And yeah, it's summer. It's been summer. I hope your solstice was good. Mine was good. Definitely felt things change right around then. Speaking of change, so yeah, so I was going to tell you all, I can't give out the full details of this, but this is a pretty huge thing. This is also a bit why I haven't really done many videos lately. Because my mind's been kind of focused on this really big, huge thing that just happened. So I was approached by a publisher. I can't tell you anything about them except they're in the UK, and they're leftist, which is pretty cool. And they asked me to write them a book. So, you know, that's pretty big. It's really big. Normally the process for writers is you write a book and then you send it to a publisher or to an agent who then tries to sell it to a publisher. It's pretty rare unless, well, you know, depending, there's some, that's one publishing model, and the other publishing model is you find an expert on something or whatever and ask them to write a book, and then you give them some money to kind of start out so they have time to do it, and you give them a contract and like a deadline. And so I have that. I have a contract. I signed it last week and sent it to them. And yeah. So I'm writing a book. It won't be out until next year. In fact, the manuscript itself isn't even due until April the 1st of next year. That was by my choice. I could technically finish it earlier, but I have all kinds of other things to do, including finishing off another manuscript, Being Pagan. That'll come out hopefully at the end of the year. My camera isn't good enough to show you what I see right now. So I'm looking over towards Germany. It's wild. Like, I'm not in Germany, but I can look over and like, oh, okay, that's the direction of Germany. And you know that thing where green kind of turns blue when it's very far away, and especially at a certain time of day, so that whole like forest green is actually like a blue color or whatever. So I'm looking out. I mean, I'm a writer, I guess I could describe this to you. So I'm looking out at these hills, and you know, there's gaps in the hills, there's valleys, etc. But the way the light is falling on them, it looks like they are islands. And it looks like I'm looking out to the sea. So that's one of my favorite parts about this place, because I love the ocean. And it's been a long time since I've been there. It's been, January of last year. I was there. I was in the North Sea in Belgium. But I get these visions and look out. And it's not the ocean, but it's that vastness and that beauty and that mystery, which hills and mountains are beauty and mystery as well. So, yeah, it's nice. Sorry for that distraction, and I really wish I could show you. I've said before, and it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not. You are more than welcome to come visit me. Anytime. We got space, so you can come stay with us, and I can show you some of these things. Yeah, so I'm writing a book now. Well, two. One at a time. But as soon as they asked me to write this book, I started. It's funny how this works. My mind immediately kind of went over to that. It's like, oh yeah, okay, here you go. So like every day, you know, all of my unoccupied thoughts when I'm not thinking about, well, what am I eating, or what am I going to cook, or you know, how am I going to lift this really heavy thing with my arms? Oh, my arms are really sore right now, but it's cool. Hey, can you see that? I don't. Oh yeah, you can almost see that. My biceps are cool, but oh, it's really hard to show triceps. No, it's just all gonna look white. I don't know. Anyway, my triceps are my favorite part right now because they're fucking crazy. Yeah. Anyway, so when I'm not thinking about things like that, or you know, of course I'm editing books too, other people's books, because I run a publisher, so I have to do all of that. But in all of the tiny little spaces in between, which are sometimes vast spaces as well, my brain is working. My brain is always thinking, oh, okay, wait, so for this chapter of the manuscript, I can bring in these authors over here to try to work out this problem. And I can't tell you what it's about exactly, but it's you'll like it. As soon as the manuscript's done, then then I'll be able to announce it. But you could probably get a sense of what it's about if you've read my recent writing on From the Forest of Arduino on Substack. Yeah, you get an idea. It's basically on that. They asked me to write this because they had read my writing, and thought I'd be really good at writing this book for them. So I'm going to. Can I just say holy fucking shit though? Like, I don't know. My life has changed so much in the last, well, where's this been? This is like since I fled my abusive relationship in France. Everything started to change, and then it started accelerating. And there were moments of I couldn't figure out what the fuck I was doing. It's funny though, I never despaired after that. I mean, that relationship was a lot of despair, but afterwards there was always a sense, okay, I'm gonna do something else and it's gonna be good. But then suddenly I've had this flood of opportunities happen and things work out. And I don't know exactly how to describe why it's happening or how it's happening. But I have the sense of why it's happening and how it's happening. I guess I don't want to name it right now. But it's been good. And it's weird because, so I'm in Europe and I'm far away from all of my old friends. And, I've told like my closest friends about it and they're all excited for me. There's a sense where it's like, oh, I should be celebrating with all my friends. Except they're all so far away. And it's interesting because I think part of the change of why I'm able to do these things is because some of those people aren't friends any longer. That sounds shitty, but let me explain. I was going to write an essay about this, and I probably still will, but there's this point where when you're kind of miserable, you kind of attract miserable people. You surround yourself with miserable people because, if you're miserable, if you're depressed, there is nothing worse than an optimistic person telling you, hey, dude, it's not that bad. You're going to be like, oh, you're awful. And so you kind of create this self-fulfilling prophecy or just this cycle, this bubble that you can't get out of where you're always miserable. You always say, well, I can't do these things. I was thinking about how in some of my previous relationships, not the abusive ones, but in the other ones, I tended to always be with partners who are like, yeah, I have these big dreams, but they're not possible because of capitalism. And, I felt the same way. I mean, I think that's why I was with them. I don't say that they were the ones who convinced me to be miserable. I'll just definitely say that I tended to surround myself with miserable people because I kind of wanted to be miserable. I don't know. I don't know why that happens. I don't know why we sometimes just fucking want to be miserable, but we do, and we want to keep sitting in this moment of despair. And anyone who kind of challenges that despair kind of suggests, hey, yeah, it's bad, but you can still survive. You can still do cool things. We kind of push them away. And I think they get, tired of us. They get sick of our shit, There's nothing worse than smoking. I'm kidding. There's nothing worse than, someone who just wants to be miserable and tell you that everything you're doing is bad and everything they're doing is bad and there's no hope and no despair. Eventually, no matter how much you love them, no matter how interesting they are, no matter how much you care about them, you just start to kind of, pull yourself away a little bit, spend less time with them, just because you don't want to be depressed for 3 days after seeing them. And also there's a sense of, friendship is always kind of an exchange, where, I'm down, so my friend cheers me up. My friend's down, so I cheer them up. But when it's always one person down, no matter what, and everyone else is trying to cheer them up, eventually it doesn't feel like friendship anymore. It feels like a caregiver kind of servant-master relationship. I mean, it's just weird to say that, you know, someone who's despairing is kind of in the exploitive master sort of position, but in a way it kind of happens where, you know, that's actually kind of how abuse happens too, you know, especially with narcissists. But so what I was saying is, yeah, I have this sense like, oh, I want to celebrate with everybody I know, and then I realize, oh, the reason why I'm able to do these things is because they're not around any longer, and they're not around anymore. Well, no, it's not because they're not around any longer. It's because I changed something really significant about myself and my way of seeing the world, and I stopped despairing and stopped kind of pulling despair to me and kind of spreading it out. And that kind of made a change with a lot of my old community and friends, I guess, who are like, well, now you're an asshole because you're happy. Or now you won't sit around and talk about how bad things are anymore. So, anyway, but that's where I am. I'm fucking happy. Like, I'm fucking happy. I'm post gym. I'm a little cold. I was sweaty, but it's one of those wicking shirts that kind of now, you know, it's dry, but it was a little wet before. I am getting a little cold, and it's good now. And there are ravens behind me looking at me. Well, they're looking at other things too, but they can always kind of see you. My hair's funny, I'm sure. Yeah, that's what happens when you're post gym. The sea. It's not the sea, but it's the sea. I hope you're happy. I hope you're able to be happy. And I hope, even if you despair, that there's an end to it. And I hope that, you know, if you have friends around who are trying to cheer you up, you let them. Because I know I didn't let people at all. You know, I wanted to be miserable. And now I'm not. And it's funny. It's not just because I'm somewhere else. Because there was so much beauty where I was before too. I just couldn't see it. Now everything is beautiful. It's not just the place, but it's also this place. This place is gorgeous. But it's me. I let myself see it. Sorry, I keep looking away from the camera because I'm looking at it. I wish I could show you. You just imagine one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. And then, you know, it's kind of like that. Anyway, hope you're well. I will, like I said, I'll try to do more of these. I know you're not all following me just for these videos. And they were much more frequent before, and they haven't been very frequent now, and I apologize for that. I'll try to be a little bit more frequent on these. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to find a way to take a photo of this contraption that I've built with my bike. It's pretty cool with the thing, the phone tripod. Yeah, anyway, be well everyone. I will talk to you again soon. Thank you as always for your support. Love you all.